Good evening, Hawks fans, and welcome to inside the Hopkins Pavilion Ice Arena. Tonight, the Chaska Hawks hit the road looking for the first win early in this 25-26 campaign as they take on the Hopkins Royals. Both teams coming in winless in their first non-conference games, with the Royals being 0-2 and the Hawks being 0-3. The Hawks enter year 3 under coach Ryan Ciro, who continues steering a young roster towards long-term growth. Ciro holds an overall record of 9-43 with Chaska, but this year's squad returns a solid core of contributors, including 5 of their top 8 scorers from last season. The Hawks are aiming to climb in the Metro West Conference, coming off a challenging 24-25 campaign where they finished 4-21-2 overall and went 2-10-1 in conference play. Despite last year's challenges on the road, a new season brings opportunity, and Chaska's early offensive output reflects that energy. Through 3 games, sophomore Jake Campbell has picked up right where he left off as last year's leading scorer, already tallying 5 points with 3 goals and 2 assists. Tyler Ramaka has added 3 points of his own, and Justin Greathouse continues to be a steady setup man with 2 assists. In the net, the Hawks look to Frank Petz and his .881 save percentage to help the Hawks to their first win of the 25-26 season. Tonight they face a Hopkins team still searching for its first win of the year. The Royals, under 4th-year head coach Dylan Talkovic, come in at 0-2 after a pair of high-scoring games. Their offense revolves around returners Kirill Udalsov and William Hoyska, along with defenseman Garrett Lochner, who leads the Royals with 5 assists through 2 contests. Hopkins goaltending is led by Oliver Nordin at an .891 save percentage and Dylan Lindstrom with an .824 save percentage. Chaska also carries confidence from the most recent meeting between these squads with a 5-3 Hawks victory here in Hopkins last season. So tonight, the Hawks look to keep the trending upward, lean on their returning firepower, and show that this group is ready to take the next step, starting with another road win against the Royals. It's Chaska, it's Hopkins, it's time for Hawks hockey.
Is it the YouTube channel tonight?
It is.
My in-laws?
Yes, sir. It is.
What do they do? Just go to YouTube and...
He'll tell you exactly the address. Hey, Keith.
What's the address?
Here we go, Hawks fans, as the Hawks look to take the ice, led by goalie Frank Petz. The Hawks come out with a lot of excitement. As we look to some early season team stats, the Hawks, with 3 games in the books, there's plenty of energy building around this year's squad. Their offense is starting to heat up. With Chaska's put up 6 goals so far, and the trend is pointing in the right direction, with the Hawks scoring more each period, including 3 in the third, showing this team fights to the finish and gets stronger as the game goes on. With 59 shots on goal and scoring spread across the lineup, the offense is beginning to find its rhythm. As we look to the playmakers, the Hawks have totaled 12 team points, with a balanced production coming from both their forwards and defensemen. The chemistry is growing fast and the chances are getting better each night. With a 10.2% shooting rate, shows this team doesn't need a ton of chances to capitalize. Between the pipes, Chaska goaltenders have faced a massive 138 shots, turning 120 away from for a solid .870 save percentage. The group has been tested early and continues to battle, keeping the Hawks within striking distance and giving the offense a chance to push back. With an average of 2 goals per game and rising third period scoring, Chaska is showing major signs of growth steadily. This is a team that finishes strong, plays with heart, and keeps pushing till the final horn. Let's listen to the starting lineups. Number 19, Sam Swanson with the start. Number 7, Jake Campbell with the start. And number 3, Tyler Maka. And starting in goalie, Frank Petz. Hoyska starting for Colin Broderman. Utaslav. Owen Mark with the start. Ben Rice. And in net is Oliver Nordin. Yep, that's fine. Here we go, folks, as they get ready for the starting play. Referees check with the goaltenders, make sure they're all set and ready to go. Broderman steps into face-off with Campbell. Face-off win by Broderman. Puck picked up, nice shot. Right away, Frank Petz for the save on a shot by Hoyska. Hoyska is one of the leading scorers for this Hopkins team and one of their highest returning scorers. Petz with a nice stand-in save. Hoyska stepping in for the face-off with Campbell. Face-off won by Hoyska as the puck moved around from corner. Nice pickup there by Greathouse. Greathouse tries to bring it in front, doesn't quite connect. Kolsar there. Greathouse tries to pick up the puck behind the net. The Royals try to dump it deep. Stopped by the referees. Greathouse turns, spins. Swanson tries to get it past. The referee again steps in the way. Hopkins steps deep into the zone, bouncing puck off the corner. Kolsar there to pick it up, reverses course. Nice play over to Maka. Maka looks to dump it out of the zone. Good pressure by the Royals, but Campbell picks it up, brings it into the zone, drives to the net. It's forced wide, waiting for the defensive partners to step in. Looking for a nice play over to Johnson. Johnson with a nice shot. Nordine high up and wide. Doesn't quite connect. Campbell Johnson back. This is Lindstrom. Takes a shot, puts it on net. Steered by Petz. Campbell takes a check in the corner as they look to scrum out of the corner. Kaspers dumps it free. Good battle in behind the net. Swanson tips it right up into the Hawks bench. Looked like Montague and Kaspers got a little tied up there behind the net. Connor steps in to take face-off for the Hawks. Wins. As the Hawks exit the zone. Dump it deep in. Johnson steps in to pinch. Nice play, loses a stick, but keeps the puck in the net. Bardeacon there. Keep it in. Good pressure to keep the puck in the zone. Ultimately, the Royals manage to clear. Here's Paul as he breaks towards the net. Paul dumps it out front, intercepted. As we look, pass across the middle. Bardeacon with a nice play, takes it to the corner. Stops, puts on the Jets. Referee gets in the way yet again. Helps keep the puck in. Big check to Connors as they scrum in the corner, looking to dump it deep. Mosley tries to take the puck behind the net. Shot at the point. Kolsar just tipped by the defender there. Ball. Campbell takes the puck, spins, manages to come out of the zone. Puck's bouncing as they dump it down. Petz pushes it into the corner. Good long outlet pass for Maka. As they dump it deep, Kolsar takes it into the end, dumps the puck wide. The Royals not being allowed to set up. Campbell with a nice play over to, still brings it in, gets a shot toward the net, deflected wide by the defender. Hopkins picks it up, good forecheck pressure by Swanson and Maka. As the Royals try to pick it up, they exit the zone. Arns dumps it deep. Atos pulls it back. Maka pulls it out. Atos dumps it back into the zone. Greathouse picks it up behind the net. Dumps it across. Kolsar there. Nice outlet pass to Campbell as they exit the zone cleanly. Maka in the middle, just off the stick of Campbell, racing towards the net. Montague steps up, fires it behind the net, doesn't quite connect, right up front, doesn't quite connect. Montague can't keep it in the zone. As the Royals manage to exit, good pickup by Maka, tries to go around the defender, doesn't quite succeed. As it's dumped down, Hoyska, with speed, takes it in. Good play, dumped right up front to Hoyska, he's there, but can't quite connect with a nice move. Campbell drives it deep. He's got Nelson racing to the net, looking for some help. Doesn't quite get the shot off. Good deflection there by the defender. Hudasov picks up the puck. Good pass forward. This is Hoyska. Hoyska with the shot. Pets it with a nice blocker save. Nelson into the corner. Avoids the check by Usoff. And a nice save by Pets. Good back and forth action. With 12:34 to go in the first period, score tied 0-0. Equal pressure. We got Mosley, steps in with face-off with Connor. Face-off win by the Hawks. Sumstead brings the puck up, tries to forecheck pressure. It's icing by the Hawks with Herman back. Katowski steps in for the face-off against Mosley. Mosley with the win as they bring it down. Good defensive pressure by Montague. Or Greathouse, sorry. Pull it free. Sumstead tries to avoid the check and play. Good play by Reese. Take it in, dump it deep. Greathouse behind the net. Steal. Mosley with a nice move. Great play by Swanson. They jump in, they got a 2-on-1. Just shot wide by William Sumstead. Campbell out. Sumstead picks up the puck across, tries to dump it deep, doesn't quite connect. Greathouse back. Over to Colasar. Colasar dumps behind the net, back to Greathouse. Back to Colasar. Long outlet pass, just misses off Campbell's stick. Results in an icing play. Great vision by Colasar to see Campbell breaking through the middle. Can't quite connect. Surely would have given Campbell a breakaway opportunity. Ernst steps in with Campbell. Campbell with the face-off win. Back to Johnson. Johnson takes behind the net. Good play by Campbell. Doesn't quite make it out. Good play by Johnson to clear the zone. Good forecheck pressure as the Royals try to dump it around. There's Campbell again to pick up the puck. Back over to Johnson. Johnson over to Tyler Maka. Tips it down. It's going to not be icing as the Royals return back. Big speed by Paul. Paul steps in, takes a shot, deflected high into the stands. Tight game so far with 10:58 to go in the first period. Both teams on equal number of rushes. Connor steps in for the face-off with Ernst. Ernst wins the face-off, doesn't quite get it there. Good pickup, can't quite clear the zone. As Connors picks up the puck. Pass across the middle. Shot on Nordin. Looks like it's all. Bardekin thought the puck was in the net. The referee waved off the goal. Or waved off the play. Connors steps in for the face-off. Royals managed to take control. Grishevsky there. Dumps it back, takes a big hit for his effort. Royals rush down. There's Herman in front. Nice back check pressure by Connors to avoid any connection by the Royals. Good play by Bardekin to move the puck up to Connors. Connors looks across to Herman. Herman dumps it in. Doesn't quite get it through the defender as it goes into the corner. Another hit by Carr as he tries to steer the puck wide. Connors and Grishevsky with the puck in front, just running out front. Is there, chipping away. Connors takes an extra shot, takes a shot for his effort. That was a cheap shot given by Royals Hoyska well after the play. Looks like Connors going to get 2 minutes for his effort when he was the one that took a clear cross check to the back. With 10:10 to go, Connors makes his way over to the box. Referees are conferring about what was the predicate. Looks like they're going to call Hoiska also. So with 10:10 to go, we have coincidental minors for cross-check. And a tie score of 0-0. As they sort things out, it looks like Chaska's adding a secondary man to the box. As Chaska coaches are still looking for some clarity. The officials need to figure out how to put time on the clock. So they've yet to motion or put up on the clock what the penalty really is, why the secondary player in the box. Broderman steps into the face-off circle. The Hawks are assessed an additional 2-minute penalty to Herman. So it gives the Royals their first power play of the game. Shot by Paul, high, wide, nice save by Petz. Petz back out. Udetsov, yep, as they look past the puck around. Shot by Royals, looking for a clear shot into the net. Paul, a big body for the Royals right in front. It's hard to see around as they shoot it wide. Udetsov looking, pass it over. Again, looking for a nice shot in front, tip just wide up into the crowd. Again, the Royals looking to take more time with 1:19 to go in the power play. They continue to work the puck around. Hawks not giving him any clear sight to the goal. Once it's shot, once it's wide again. Udelsov looks, moving the puck, trying to get a shot, doesn't quite get it. Working around from the point, get a shot on net. Petz is there for the save with 59 seconds to go. As they dump it in, Chaska can't quite clear the zone. Great defensive play as Campbell tips it wide. Paul picks it up on the far side. Paul looking as he drives around. Can't quite. Udelsov is there. Udelsov cuts to the middle. Doesn't quite get there. Good play by Campbell. Colasar tries to clear the net. Can't quite. Finally, Campbell manages to get free. And the Hawks are managed to clear the zone. Hopkins is going to take this opportunity to go ahead and get some fresh players on the ice also. As they miss the outlet pass, Bardeacon's there to dump it deep into the zone. Sumstead with good forecheck pressure. Waiting for the Royals to set up. Here's Udelsov as he moves across with speed. Looking, cuts across the middle. Montague there. Petz there for the save. Rebound, shot up and over the net. And the Hawks dump it up and out with 4 seconds remaining in the power play. Great offensive pressure, puck movement by the Royals. Doesn't quite yet result in anything. Mostly steps into the face-off with Campbell. Campbell the face-off win. Great move by Campbell. Cuts out, manages to clear both defenders. He's got wide open as Ermaka was there. Can't quite connect, get it into the zone. Johnson steps up, dumps it deep. Nordin with the puck behind the net, stops it. The Royals look. Johnson managed to pinch, keep the puck in the net. There's Ermaka in the corner. Ermaka, Campbell working close back out to Johnson. Johnson looking back to Campbell. Nice puck movement over. Montague with a shot right on, trickles across front. Swanson almost there for the pickoff. The Royals managed to clear the zone. This is Lochner as he dumps it deep. We got Campbell in return. Nice fair check. Pressure right onto Pets. Manages to clear the zone. Ramaka breaks down the middle. He gets hooked. Ramaka alone. He shoots and he scores! Great move by Tyler Ramaka on a great outlet pass. Takes it all the way down Beach Nordine, short side for a 1-0 Hawks lead with 7:13 to go in the first period. Great play by Ramaka. With 7:13 remaining in the first period. Face off by Connors. Royals pick up the face off as they bring it down into the zone. Shot off the side of the net. Connors picks it up over to Grzeski. Grzeski moves down. Nice outlet pass over to Bardikin. Doesn't quite contain it. Good follow-up pressure by Connors. As Grzeski comes into the corner. Good forecheck pressure by the Hawks. Managed to keep the puck zone down deep in the zone. Bardikin steps up. Doesn't quite connect. As the Royals clear the zone. Good intercept in the neutral zone. Good play by Grzeski with Connors. As they bring it in, Hopkins gets a shot. Pets with a nice save. Steers it wide. Giel picks up the puck behind the net. Looking cross ice. There's Bardikin, tips it free. Chases it deep into the zone. Owen Bark tries to take it, doesn't quite do it. Shot all the way down on net. Pets is there for the save. Greathouse picks up the puck behind the net. Over to Colasar. Chaska looking to get some fresh legs out there as they get the exchange. There's Ramaka again along the boards. Picks up the puck right across the front to Campbell. Shot over to Swanson. Doesn't quite get the shot off. Tipped by the defender. Here's Hoyska as he goes down. Hoyska with a break and move. He shoots and Pets with a great save. Great blocker saved by Pets. On a breakaway by Hoyska as he comes bearing down. Great play by the Hawks and Pets. Hoyska steps into the face-off with Campbell. Campbell with the face-off win. Swanson back to the point. Shot by the Royals, just wide. Ramaka picks it up, takes it over to Colasar. Colasar over to Greathouse. Greathouse looking cross ice. Here's Ramaka, doesn't quite connect on the pass. This is going to be icing. With 5:28 to go, the Hawks with a 1-0 lead on the Royals. Campbell will step into face-off with Hoyska on the opposite. Hoyska with the win, pushes it towards the net, doesn't quite connect. Got Rusov working the puck around, moves it out to the point, points on net. Pets steers it wide. Greathouse there, good play over to Ramaka. Ramaka races down the left side. As Ramaka looks, he leaves it for Campbell. Campbell sweeps around with good move. He makes it towards the front. The puck's loose in the front. Oh, the Hawks couldn't quite connect, but great move by Campbell to put the puck in front of the net. Swanson there, and Ramaka can't quite connect. Great pressure by Campbell. Here's Udasov down in the corner. Manages to beat the icing, waiting for some support for his team. Doesn't quite get it, manages to avoid the check of Colasar. Campbell picks up the puck behind the net. Nice pass over as they clear the zone. Swanson. They bring it back in. There's Mosley. Takes the puck in the corner, waiting for some help across the middle. Doesn't quite get there. Here's Paul at the point. Paul with the shot. Tipped wide! Great play. Mosley to the shot by Paul. I don't know if it was tipped. With 4:24 to go in the first period, the Royals, with a nice setup play from the corner to the point, shot by Paul in, scores and ties the score 1-1. the Royals start like Semstead takes the puck over. Good body check. Semstead takes it deep into the corner. There's Paul as he manages to try to clear the zone. The Royals do clear the zone. Good play. There's Montague behind the net. Play over to Johnson. Johnson looking clear to the zone. Stops. Good pass over. There's Montague to pick it up. They dump it deep. Nordin behind the net slows the puck down. Sumstead races down trying to get it. Paul for Hopkins controls. Back behind the net, you've got Arntz. Arntz moves it around, doesn't quite clear the zone. Johnson keeps the zone. High off the net. Got Gutowski. Montague turns it around as the Hawks try to get it out of the zone. Good back check pressure. Montague forces the puck deep into the corner. Pass out front, nobody there. As Knight takes a nifty move, gets a shot on net, and Petz with a nice save. Connor steps into the face-off circle with Arntz on the opposite side. Colasar picks up the puck, exits the zone, dumps it down. Great pressure by Armaka to get there first. Manages to avoid the icing. Campbell back to Colasar. Colasar tries to dump it back deep at the Campbell, intercepted. Arntz picks it across, dumps it all the way across the net. Across the zone. Arntz with good back check, managed to catch up. Good play by Greathouse. Greathouse dumps it loose, doesn't quite connect on the replay as he dumps it out. The Royals manage to dump it deep. Colasar is there. Dumps it around. Ramaka manages to pick it up. Good play by Campbell. Campbell picks up the puck. He's got Swanson on the far side as he races down on a 2-on-2. Campbell with a great play right there for Swanson. Swanson puts it out on Nordin, makes the save. Great play by Nordin to sweep across the net, keep up with the save. Greathouse. Pardon me. Ramaka brings it back. Picks up Campbell, looking to get a fresh body out. As the Hawks get a shift, change. Ramaka dumps it on net. Nordin steers the puck wide. Good forecheck pressure, forcing a turnover. Deep in the zone, Ramaka's there. Takes a check for his effort as he dumps it back. Kudasov was there to pick up the puck, clears the zone. Johnson picks it up. Over to Campbell. Campbell with speed through the neutral zone, dodges a check. Doesn't quite get it into the zone. Johnson there, dumps it deep. Good forecheck pressure by Gershevsky as they tries to clear the net. There's counters in front. Oh, sorry, Gershevsky in front. Nice save, and Nordin with a nice save. Connor steps into the face-off. It's won by the Royals as they take it back behind the net. Good forecheck pressure again by Gershevsky. Dump across the net. Johnson's there as they try to dump it out of the zone. Moves it over to Montague. Montague with a nice play over to Bardikin. Nice stick lift. Allows Hawks to exit the zone. Good pickup by Connor. Connor picks it up. Gets a shot off. It's tipped deep behind the net. Bardikin's there. As Bardikin looks center, doesn't quite get it. Good play by the Royals as they bring it down the far side. As they dump deep. Mosley brings the puck in front. Not quite there. Good pick up. Bardikin's there. Avoids the check. Manages to dump the puck down. Bardikin takes quite the hit for his effort. Great turnover in front by Campbell. Just misses. Good save by Nordin off the blocker's side. Campbell really putting a lot of offensive pressure on them today. Shot from Greathouse, tipped high and into the net. Great sequence for the Hawks there with good 2 turnovers, allowing them to get a good shot on net. With 19.1 seconds to go in the first period, we've got a tie score of 1-1. Campbell steps in for the face-off. Face-off win. Gets behind the net. Royals look to clear the zone. They just dump it out. Great house back in return to pick up the puck. Over to Colasar. Doesn't quite connect. Royals pick it up. Colasar, good defensive play, doesn't allow the Royals player to get it close. And that'll be the end of the first period. A lot of back and forth action as they went through that first period. For Chaska, scoring the first goal of the game, we've got Armaka at 7:13 into the period. And for the Royals, we've got Baylor Paul with a goal, nice goal from the point. Welcome back, everybody, as players start to take the ice. At the end of the first period, the score is Royals 1, the Hawks 1, on goals by Ermaka for Chaska and Paul for the Hopkins Royals. It was a good matchup, a lot of fast-paced action, back and forth. Roughly equal number of shots on both. Good goaltending by Nordine for the Royals and Pets for the Hawks. Referees take the ice. The Hawks are led by Pets as they come out. For the Hawks, storyline so far is that first line of Campbell, Ermaka, and Swanson had very good puck control throughout the first period, managed to put a lot of pressure on the Royals. For the Royals, Huesca, Udasov were the two leading players. Good play by Paul also. Big body in front of the net, plus shooting from the point. So far it's been a pretty even matchup. Hawks fans. Jake Campbell steps in to take the face-off against Colin Furterman. Campbell with the face-off win. Great house. But good forecheck pressure by Huesca. The Royals managed to keep it in the zone. Again, Huesca gets the elbows a little high. Hawks managed to clear the zone. Campbell picks up the puck. Good move. As he moves around, solid play by Campbell, reverses course, doesn't quite get the pass off, looks, it's puck over to Swanson. Swanson takes the puck over behind, dumps it in on net. Good save by Nordine. Campbell right there with a shot, right at Nordine again there with a good save. As the Hawks build a little pressure here in the offensive zone. A lot of stick work by the Royals. Campbell managed to take the puck out of the zone. Back to Colasar. Colasar over to Swanson. Forecheck pressure, there's Huesca. Dumps it deep into the zone. Campbell follows it back up. Good play to Greathouse. Greathouse with a great pass. Got Ermaka there, he just shoots it wide. Ermaka with the breakaway, just manages to miss the net. Always hard on a breakaway. Here's Huesca in return. Moving quickly, Greathouse is there. Forces him wide, good save by Pets. Steered the puck wide. Puck kept in, dumped on net, doesn't quite clear. Again, another pass by Campbell. Campbell picks it up to play. Good back check pressure by the Royals as they take it deep. Campbell takes a lower leg shot. Johnson manages to keep the zone, dumps it in front, doesn't quite get there. There's Ermaka, shoots it high, tipped wide. Looks like the puck might have gone out of play. Picking right up where they left off. Good offensive pressure by the Campbell line. Connor steps in with Gershevsky and Bardikin. Good face-off win by Connors. Montague takes a shot right in the face, right in front of the referee, doesn't call anything. Fans aren't happy. Play goes in, Nordin with the save. Now we got excessive pushing by Kaspers. Royals starting to get a little chippy here. Kaspers acting like nothing happened as he introduced his stick to Connors. Ernst steps in to take the face-off. Campbell wins a nice face-off, back to the point. Johnson manages to lose control. Montague in return. Petz with a great save. That was a nice move by Lichty. Didn't quite break free. Puts a nice shot on Petz. Petz there with the save. With 14:52 to go in the second period. Arndt steps in versus Campbell. Players jump the face off. The referee stops play. As Arndt steps back in with Campbell. Campbell's had his way winning face-offs tonight. Again, wins another face-off. Kolesar behind the net. Just out of the reach of Greathouse as it goes by. Ramaka over there. Managed to not quite clear the zone. Greathouse picks up in the corner. Good play up to up to Katalski. As the Royals try to work it around. Kolesar there to keep it in. Play over to Campbell. Campbell in front, over to Katalski. The shot doesn't quite get it off. Back up to the point. Kolesar, Greathouse there. As Katalski takes a check. Royals manage to take control. They dump it deep. Looking to try to get puck out of Udasov, but ends up being icing. A lot of fast, physical play here in the second period. Campbell steps in to take the face-off with Mark. Face-off win again by Campbell. Sorry, by Gutowski. Johnson tries to dump it back in. Udasov takes the puck. Johnson steps up, manages to take it out front. Campbell. As Hoyska manages to grab the puck. He's got Montague behind him. Hoyska with a breakaway, just shoots it high and wide. Campbell brings the puck back. Chips it up off, out of the zone. Got Hopkins down. He's looking for some support. As Gutowski was looking to exit the zone. Can't quite connect. Montague turns. Looking to get some support. As Sumstead drives it deep. The Royals step back up, trying to look for the clear. Hoyska manages to empty the zone. Johnson turns, fires. Campbell picks up the puck. As he brings it down, he's got Bardeacon and Sumstead. Shot, Nordin didn't see it there for a minute. Dumped wide, Herman keeps the puck in. As the Royals try to connect with Hoyska, he doesn't quite get it. Risky play by Petz, but Petz manages to steer it wide. Udasov takes the puck around, nice move, spins. Connors steals the puck from him. Good play by Connors to chip it loose. Bardeacon there as he clears the zone. As they dump it down, the Royals are going to have to clear, giving Giel the opportunity to pick up the puck behind the net. Chips it wide. Bardeacon takes a shot from behind. That's Kaspers really throwing the body around. Now he's chipping sticks as the puck's dumped all the way down. It'll be icing on the Hawks. And a reset down into the Chaska zone. With 12:14 to go, the Royals won, the Hawks won. Mosley steps in with a face-off with Campbell. Campbell again wins face-off. Greathouse behind the net. Looks to clear up to Swanson. Swanson manages to clear the zone. He's got Armaka looking for Campbell down the net. Stops. Puts a move between the defender's legs. Nice play by Swanson to take it deep. Campbell right up front. Doesn't quite connect. Great house there. Great house looking for the shot. Just tipped off by the defender. As the Royals pinch the puck out, they can't quite get there. Pets is out of the zone. Nice back check pressure. But the Hawks managed to get the defenders back in place before the Royals can set up. Puck work behind the net. Campbell working deep behind the net. As Armaka brings it out of the zone, forcing Campbell. Looks like a little extracurriculars yet again, and the referees fail to call anything. Referee shakes his head, but that doesn't deter players too often. Ernst steps in for the face-off with Campbell. Campbell wins yet again. Ernst dumps it deep. Royals control the puck behind the net, looking to try to bring the puck out front. You got Ottos, who brings it out to the point, sends it over to Paul. Paul dumps it back deep. Ottos again, looking for the puck in front. Johnson tips it just wide. Armaka's there. Good play to clear the zone. Campbell up to Swanson. Swanson looking. Lochner steps in. Lochner up to Ottos. Ottos loses control of the puck. Throws a big check on Montague, even though Montague didn't have the puck.
That's the coaches are not happy.
Yep. By all accounts, that normally would be interference, but looks like these referees are going to let them go.
Exact opposite of the JV game.
Yep. Otto steps again and puts a cross check behind Chaska player. No call. Finally, Montague steps up, brings the puck out of the zone. Gives the Hawks the opportunity to go ahead and get a couple fresh legs out there. As Ottos clears the zone, Colasar in retreat. Turns around. Back up to Montague. This is Paul. Steele. Connors right in front. Gershevsky can't quite connect. Dumps it back out front for Bardikin. Doesn't quite make it. Puck out to the point with Colasar. Colasar manages to keep it in the zone. Dumps it towards the net. Doesn't quite get there. Paul with the intercept. Looking for the long outlet pass. He's got Udasov. Udasov with it. Doesn't quite do anything. Another great save by Frank Petz. Udasov waited. Petz didn't bite. Managed to shut him down on a breakaway attempt. Great play by Frank Petz. Connors steps into the face-off circle with Hoyska. Face-off win by Connors. Chaska can't quite clear the zone. Bardikin there, chipping it away. Can't quite get it out. Here's Udasov over to Hoyska. Hoyska looking to move the puck. Moves the puck around. Gets a shot on net off the post. We'll take the save by the post anytime. As Hawks manage to knock it all the way down for an icing. This will bring it deep back into their own zone with 9:14 to go in the first period. Some good offensive pressure from Hopkins' top offensive line with Hoyska and Udasov. They'll face off with the Campbell line. Campbell, Armaka, and Swanson have done a fine job neutralizing this group. Udasov wins face-off as they dump it back down. The Royals try to dump it on net, can't quite get there. Hoyska controls the puck along the boards. Shot out by the point and tipped high. The goal is not going to be a goal. No goal, high sticking. It was clearly over the shoulders of the defender. It was a nice shot from the point, but the stick was clearly over the shoulders of the defender as they tipped it downward into the net. on the high stick goal. It'll bring the puck all the way down the other end. Campbell in for the faceoff against Hoyska. Hoyska, Campbell with a nice move to the net, doesn't quite connect. Good move by Udasov, doesn't quite get there. Just got a Ramaka up to Campbell, doesn't quite connect. Good defensive stop by Carr. Keep the puck from getting through. Big hit. Gershevsky, or pardon me, Gutowski with a big hit on Reinhardt as Reinhardt slowly works his way over to the bench. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's right.
You called that one, but not the other one?
Seems like the referees are trying to redeem themselves by making a call. Unfortunately, that will give the Hopkins Royals. It was Gutowski with the penalty. 2 minutes for elbowing. Number 41. With 8:37 to go, score tied 1-1. This will give Hopkins their second power play opportunity. Seems to be a bit of discussion with the coaches of the Hopkins. Not sure what they're asking. Clarity. Campbell steps in for the face-off with Mosley. Good face-off win again by Campbell. Tries to clear the zone, can't quite. That's 2 minutes by Gutowski for roughing. The Royals try to chip it through, can't quite make it. Greathouse clears the zone. Nordin back to keep the puck in play. Mark moves the puck around, looking to pass it through. Good play over to Mosley. Mosley regroups, moving the puck back as they look to try to enter the zone with speed. They bring it in. Good defensive box by the Hawks as they're forcing them wide. The Royals can't quite connect in the corner. Greathouse tries to clear it, doesn't quite get there. Again, good presence in front of the net. Shot by Paul, deflected wide. The Royals managed to clear the zone for themselves. Got Mark back in return. Dumps it up forward as he's looking to Lindstrom. Lindstrom tries to dump it across. Puck kept in the zone. High shot by Kaspers, up and over the net. Pet's in front of the net with a save. With 40 seconds to go in the Hopkins power play. Pet's with a nice save to stop the play. This will give the Hawks an opportunity to get some fresh bodies out there after good defensive play on the previous set. .41 seconds remaining on the Gutowski penalty. Looks like Petz is undergoing some equipment check. Petz is ready to go. Referees are willing to drop it back. William Sumstead steps in to take the face off. Chips it, doesn't quite clear the zone. The Royals manage to step in. Great play by Montague to step up. Sumstead clears the zone. Good pressure. Again, Montague dumps it deep in. Udasov looking to bring the puck up. He's got Hoyska. Brings up with some speed back to Udasov. Udasov takes it wide. Paul there. Can't quite get the puck. Control of it. Good forecheck pressure by Sumstead as they try to bring it through the crease or through the slot. Can't quite connect. Hoyska out at the point. Looking for the shot. Shoots it just wide. Udasov on the far side. Shoots it. Pet's there for the save. Paul dumps it back out to the point. Knight over to Hoyska. Hoyska with the shot. Doesn't quite connect. Udasov there. That's the end of the power play opportunity by the Royals. Good save by Petz to steer the puck wide as Bardika manages to clear the zone to Sumstead. Sumstead picks up the puck. Looking to bring it through the middle. Puts a shot on net. Nordin. Oh, and what a bad call. Sumstead with a hand pushes down the defender and manages to pick up a 2-minute penalty for holding. Pretty weak call, but it did happen right in front of the referee. With 6:14 to go in the second period, Sumstead picks up his first penalty of the game. This will give the Royals their third power play. So far they're 0 for 2. Their first penalty was coincidental. Good face-off win by Swanson. The Royals look to regroup as they bring it up. Good play by Swanson to keep the puck deep in their zone. Reese brings the puck up with speed through the middle. He's looking. Good defensive formation by the Hawks. Pushes them wide as they try to shoot a wide shot high up and over the net. Kaspers misses. The Royals maintain control behind the net, but a good box pressure by the Hawks, not letting them get in front of the net. As the Royals work around, puck up to the point, Mark with a shot, deflected wide. Kaspers is taking some liberties with pushing back our player, back the Hawks in front. Campbell with good forecheck pressure, Swanson back in return. As Mark pulls it in, good save by Petz. Connors steps in for the face-off against Hoyska. Udasov is back, working the point. With 54 seconds to go in the Royals power play. Petz with another good blocker save. Good defensive player, Hoyska up top, looking for the shot. Petz with a glove save in the middle. Good play. Udasov keeps the puck in the zone as he's looking over to Hoyska. Hoyska. Shot high. Oh, it manages to go in. Petz was there for the initial save, leaked off his glove and just trickled in. On the goal by Benjamin Knight with assists to both Udasov and also to Hoyska. With 4:43 to go in the second period, the Royals score a power play goal, taking the total to 2-1. Johnson looks to clear the zone, doesn't quite get it. I think the referee feels bad that he hasn't been called any against the Hopkins Royals, decides to finally give him a penalty. Looks like an interference play by Benjamin Knight. So after scoring the goal, he gets the opportunity to spend 2 minutes in the penalty box. This will give the Hawks their second power play opportunity. Swanson comes in, face-off with Hoyska. Hawks win the face-off. Over to Kolesar. Kolesar looks, drops it down deep. Over to Swanson. Kolesar over to Campbell. Campbell up the point with a nice shot, just wide. The Royals can't quite clear the zone. Kolesar with another shot, just wide. Good control by Ermaka, brings it in. Looks like Nordine's lost his stick. Hawks trying to keep the pressure on while he doesn't have a stick. Over to Kolesar. Kolesar over to Campbell. Campbell looks over to Ermaka. Nice shot and it's a goal! Beautiful play. A great goal by Ermaka on assist from Kolesar and Campbell. What a great play. Good puck movement. Resulted in an open opportunity. Ermaka buried the puck for a nice goal. With 3:54 to go, the score is tied 2-2. Mosley steps in with the face-off with Campbell. The Royals win the face-off, but Campbell picks up the puck in the neutral zone. Outlet pass up to Ermaka. Takes it deep into the zone, looking for some support. Good forecheck pressure by the Royals as they take it deep. Campbell turns. Nice play. Over to Greathouse. Campbell takes the puck back into the zone. Stoppage in play. Looks like it's offsides with 3:31 to go. Campbell steps in against Mosley. Campbell's had his way with face-off wins this game. The Royals managed to dump it deep. They give chase. Kaspers has proven to be the flypaper as he throws up his elbow in a near check attempt. No call. Maka brings the puck down. Can't quite connect. Swanson there. Dives to the puck. Good intercept by Colasar, forcing Kaspers to dump the puck deep. Greathouse takes the puck behind the net. Over to Swanson. Swanson gets knocked down from behind as he works on the near boards. Puck back to Greathouse. Greathouse over to Colasar. Colasar working his way up to Ramaka. Paul retreats, picks up the puck behind the net, loses the puck, chips the puck over as they try to clear the zone. It's kept in by Herman. Campbell takes a rare check as the puck is flipped all the way down. This looks like it'll be icing, giving the Hawks an opportunity to take another face-off in their offensive zone. Connor steps in against Arntz. Arntz wins the face-off. The Royals exit the zone. Good back check pressure, forces a turnover. Nice play by Montague to exit the zone. Grishevsky can't quite control it. Royals bring it into the zone, try to pass it across. Arntz doesn't quite connect. Grishevsky there, applying pressure to Arntz. Arntz taking the puck, tries to get a shot, gets it off on Petz. Petz with a nice save. Puck's chipped high. Big check. High again. Double elbows. Looks like this is going to be a penalty on Hopkins. That'll be Jack Ottos taking his second penalty of the game. This one was for a very high elbow with 1:41 to go in the second period. Last power play opportunity, the Chaska Hawks buried the puck to tie the game at 2-2. This gives the Hawks their third power play opportunity. Swanson steps in to take the face-off. Nice face-off. The Royals try to chip it there. They chip it deep. Hoyska, good pressure. Down, gets pressure on Petz. Campbell there. Reverses course. As Greathouse takes the puck behind the net. Nice play by Swanson. Swanson picks it up. There's Campbell. Campbell picks it up on the far side. Brings it over to Maka. Nice turn, reverse play. Steps through check. Pushes it over to Campbell. Campbell as they enter the zone. Looking to get set up. Tries to bring it across the slot. There's Swanson right there and just misses on the connection to Campbell. They had Nordine beat. Couldn't quite connect the bouncing puck. With 1 minute to go. 1:17 on the power play. Campbell with a shot in front through the slot. Nice deflected wide by the Royals as they break free. Hoyska again loose. Trying to gain some pressure with some speed. Gets a shot and he scores! A short-handed goal. Hoyska breaking down on the far side. Throwing a burst of speed with a quick shot. Managed to build a short-handed goal with 45 seconds to go in the second period. And the Royals take a 3-2 lead. Hoyska's had quite a night with a goal and an assist so far. Arndt steps into the face-off with Campbell. Back to Johnson. Johnson. Over to Gutowski. Puck tipped south. Johnson looks to regroup behind the net. as Montague brings the puck behind the net. Good play as they look to control. They've got another 41 seconds to go on the power play. Over to Johnson. Johnson looks. Nordin had fallen down in the net. Nobody there to knock him down. Couldn't quite get the shot on net. Bardeacon in the corner. Good play by Paul to take the puck away. Can't quite clear the zone. Johnson in front, chips it on net. Shipped high into the net. Shot at the very buzzer. And with that, he ends the second period with a score 3-2. Goals in the second period for the Royals were Ben Knight and Hoyska. And for the Hawks, it was Ermatka with a great power play goal. Welcome back, folks, after the second intermission. We pick up right where we left off with a high-scoring action, back and forth. The Royals have a 3-2 lead on a short-handed goal right toward the end of this second period. It was a beautiful play by Hoiska as he burst down the right side and scored a goal. In net, Petz has been fantastic, along with Nordine for both sides, with power play goals being the difference maker so far. Tonight, scoring for the Royals, we've got Baylor Paul with the first goal in the first period, Ben Knight with a goal in the second period, William Hoiska then at the very end of the second period. For the Hawks, we've got a goal by Campbell and we've got a goal by Ermaka. We'll begin the period with a 19-second power play by the Hawks on a penalty by Jack Ottos, which will give the Hawks an opportunity to try to equalize the game early in the third period. As both teams bring out their starting lineup, this stands to be a great third period as both teams are looking for their first win of the season. Both teams are hungry. Let's play some great hockey. Campbell steps into the face-off circle, having won many of his face-offs tonight. Chips it again deep into the zone. Great house back. Controls the puck behind the net to Colasar. Puck gets stopped in some wet spot on the ice. Colasar wraps it around again over to Swanson. Long outlet pass over to Maka. Great pickup through the middle. Nice play for Greathouse to try to chip it over to Campbell. The Royals bring it deep into the zone. Colasar takes a big hit. Seems like Knight is just out to hit somebody instead of play the puck. As the Royals enter the zone, Mark loses control, dumps back out to the neutral zone. Hawks in pressure. The Royals have managed to kill off their last penalty kill. Hoiska with a move. Wow, what a shot! Hoiska collecting puck off with a backhand, puts it past up over Petz's shoulder. It was an unbelievable backhand with 16:01 remaining in the game to take a 4-2 lead. I think the quick shot caught Petz by surprise, put it right up and over his right shoulder. It was an unbelievable shot. Great play. Connor steps into face-off with Mosley. Hawks looking to spark some action early in the period. Connor steps in. Paul steps up to take the play. Takes it deep in the zone. Fires the puck. Misses the net. Goes all the way down. As the Royals control. Krzyzewski tries to get the puck zone. Paul brings it in for an offsides. Mosley steps into the face-off with Campbell. Hawks looking to try to get something on the board quickly. Try to gain back a little bit of momentum. Face-off won by the Royals, back to Paul. Paul chips it over to Lochner, he loses control. Katowski dumps it deep, Ermaka there, tips it right up front. Not quite contained by Katowski. Montague back in return, chips it forward. Royals getting a line change, they dump it deep back into the zone. Pets behind the net, over to Johnson. Johnson takes a big hit. Kaspers has been using the body all night tonight. Shot from the point, doesn't quite make it through, dumped through the middle. As Hoyska steps up, Katowski along the boards. Good defensive play by Lochner to knock the puck free. Lochner carries the puck up. Carries the puck into the zone. Katowski tries to put a check back on, doesn't quite connect. Ermaka sidesteps. Looks like it's offsides by the Hawks with 14:36 to go in the third period. Physical play from the Royals as they come out. Score a quick early goal, taking a 4-2 lead. Connor steps in to take the face-off. Back to Colasar, over to Greathouse. Greathouse back to Colasar as they look to set up, get some movement through the neutral zone. Just misses the pass. Krzyzewski doesn't quite connect on the pass, it takes it deep. The Hawks have the line of Connor, Krzyzewski, and Bardikin. Face off with Hoyska on the opposite side. Nice face-off win by the Hawks. Pick up the puck behind the net. Here's Connor. Over to Colasar. Colasar chips it up. Greathouse can't quite get in. Hoyska with the puck alongside. Shot! Oh! Pets with the save. Dribbles behind him. Got Udasov with a nice back pass. Pets there with another save. Push it wide. Krzyzewski dumps it deep behind the net to Greathouse. Puck chipped out front. Goes all the way down. Nordin steps up. Knocks it deep to Udasov. Udasov looks. Dumps it to Hoyska. Hoyska takes it deep with speed around the back of the set. Looking to set up. Dumps it back down. Over to Udasov. As Hoyska steps in to take the shot, knocks Johnson off his stick. Montague chips the puck up, over to Campbell. Campbell brings it in through the neutral zone. Nice play, nice shifty move. Gets a shot off just wide. Nordin there. Hawks can't manage to keep it in. Here's Reese with a lot of speed, bringing it down, looking for some help. Doesn't quite get there. Montague takes it off the side of the net. Unfortunately, tips right out front. Ermaka there, picks up the puck, dumps it across the middle. Swanson can't quite control it, back out to the neutral zone. As the Hawks look to change lines, Colasar brings it up, right behind him, picks up the puck off Montague. Colasar still manages to maintain the puck, chips it wide. With speed brings it into the zone, cuts across the middle, but can't quite get the shot off. Good defensive pressure there. As Greathouse comes back in, chips it back into the zone. Ermaka in pursuit. Reese tries to pick it up, doesn't quite get there. Krzyzewski, nice pass across the middle. Campbell can't quite connect with Campbell. Royals dump it deep. Greathouse picks up the puck behind the net. Krzyzewski picks it up across. Nice play over to Ermaka and then Campbell. Campbell with speed pulls it around. Nice backhand. Good save by Nordin. As he steps up, Greathouse over to Colasar. Colasar looking to get the shot off. Gets a shot off. Nice save by Nordin. Blocker save, steers it wide. Back up to Colasar. Colasar gets another shot. Shoots it just wide. Greathouse picks it up with a quick shot toward the net. Ermaka's there on the other side. Can't quite connect. As he dumps it deep behind Campbell. Good offensive pressure by the Campbell line again. Colasar back, dumps it quickly up to Ermaka, chips it in off. Won't result in icing. Krzyzewski in pursuit. Nice forecheck pressure, forces the Royals. There's Paul. Tries to cut across the middle, loses the puck. Connors steps in. Johnson there to take puck, gets a shot off. Nice deflected there. The Royals trying to chip it free. Giel in return, turns around, tries to quiet down the bouncing puck, picks it up with Johnson. Can't quite clear the zone. There's Hoyska. Hoyska right in the middle with another great save, almost 5-hole. Petz with another good save and a stoppage in play. Hoyska off the turnover, almost converts it into a 5-hole goal. But Petz was there to make the save. Keeping the score, Royals 4, Chaska 2, with 10:48 to go in the third period. Campbell steps in, face-off against Hoyska. Hoyska, win by Campbell, dumps it wide. Got Gutowski, dumps it deep. A little too deep. It's going to result in an icing, which is going to bring the puck all the way back. This has been quite a fun matchup to watch. Campbell versus Hoyska, Udetsov, Swanson, Vermaka. It's been quite a nice between these high-scoring lines. Face-off win again by Campbell. Puck's chipped by Greathouse, doesn't quite make it past out. Goes through the middle. Nice play by Gutowski. Send the puck deep. Vermaka behind the net. Doesn't quite contain it. Campbell takes control behind the net. Steers clear of the defensive pressure. Puts it right up front. Vermaka with a nice shot. Doesn't quite connect. The Royals have to dump it down. A lot of great pressure by the Campbell line. Mason Gutowski steps in to take the face-off against William Mosley. Face-off win by Mosley as it goes behind the net. Royals looking to exit the zone, deflected out front. Picked up there as Mark dumps the puck deep. Greathouse is behind the net. Looks like there's going to be a penalty on the Royals. Kaspers takes his third penalty of the game, this time for hooking. With 9:49 to go in the game. This will give the Hawks their fourth opportunity for a power play. They're currently 1-3 on the power play, looking to make that 2 for 4. As they take a quick timeout, they want to make sure they get a good offensive set. If they can score here, it'll give them a spark to try to light up the third period.
Number 13, 2 minutes for Hopkins. 13 boxes for Hopkins.
At the end of the timeout, we'll resume play with the face-off deep in the Royals zone. The Royals sending out Knight, Hoyska, Froderman, and Mark to help kill this penalty. In for the Hawks. Swanson will step in with Armaka, Greathouse, Campbell, and Kolasar. Face-off win by the Hawks, back to Campbell. Campbell looking at the point. Over to Kolasar. Kolasar looking, back to Campbell. Back over to Colasar as they try to get that pass through the center. Ramaka looks. Good defensive pressure there. Good defensive box by the Royals. Shot right off the Royals defender of Hoyska. Forces the puck out of the zone, and Campbell has to retreat as the Hawks continue to work the puck back up through the neutral zone. Greathouse brings it over to Campbell. Campbell will pass over to Ramaka. Ramaka over to Campbell. Pardon me. Back to Ramaka. To Greathouse in the middle. Doesn't quite connect through the middle. Here's Hoyska. Again, showing great speed like he did early at the end of the second period. The Hawks manage to take control as Hoyska exits for fresh legs. Dumped deep in by Colasar. Trying to create some forecheck pressure. There's Ramaka on the far side. Keeps the puck in. Again, Chaska with 50 seconds to go in the power play. Shot by Ramaka, tipped wide. Colasar out to Campbell. Campbell over to Ramaka. Ramaka again shoots the puck high. And a nice defensive block by Lochner to put the puck high into the ceiling for a stoppage in play. There are 39 seconds to go for the Hawks power play. Swanson steps in to take face off. He wins it. Oh, backhand by Ramaka just wide. As the Hawks put two players on for pressure. Swanson back to Campbell. Campbell back into Swanson. As Ramaka takes the far side. Scott Paul. I'm not sure why there's a stoppage in play. Looks like Paul had his helmet come unsnapped. As a result, they stopped play. Swanson will step in face-off. Paul's going to have to leave the ice because of his equipment malfunction. Paul steps in against Arnst. Chaska wins the face-off. Campbell controls out at the point. Colasar moves in, back to Campbell. Over to Ramaka. Ramaka looks over to Colasar, over to Campbell. Campbell with a shot right off the post. Credit Nordin. Good play. Nordin was there, but off the post. Doesn't quite score. Campbell with a great shot. Oh, and then there's another great play. Nice save by Nordin. That's a great one-time shot. Play from Campbell to Ramaka. Doesn't quite connect. Nordin there. Campbell takes a stick to the face. Keeps going. Great forecheck pressure by Swanson. Steals the puck in the corner. Way to go. Nice forecheck pressure. As the Royals try to clear the zone, they manage to do so, but Hawks contain the puck. They dump it deep in. There's Arndt. Here's Udasov. Deep in the corner. Campbell picks it up. Takes a double takes a check from Hoyska. Great play by Ramaka to break loose. Look at her shot right off the post again. A follow-up rebound by Gutowski. Doesn't quite score. Grzeski, sorry. Campbell controls at the point. Looking for a shot. Blocker save. Ramaka there. Grzeski into the corner. Takes the puck deep. Johnson. The Royals manage to clear the zone. Montague, there's Hoyska with speed again. Another backhand on Petz, and Petz there for the save. Hoyska has really exhibited his speed here tonight, getting 2 or 3 really good chances as a result, scoring on one of those opportunities. With 6:22 to go, the Royals lead 4-2. Connor steps into the face-off with Mosley. Giel takes the puck behind the net. Nice play. Over to Grzeski. Hawks manage to clear the zone with Johnson bringing the puck up the net. Over to Bardekin. Plays offside, so the Hawks will have to set back and regroup. They clear the zone as the Royals try to maintain control. Connors steps in. Good play by Grishevsky. Puts some forecheck pressure on. Forces the Royals not. Bardik in there. Can't quite control it into the offensive zone as the Royals break back down with a shot. Petz is there for the save. Point blank shot by Mosley, and Petz with another nice save. This play back and forth has been quite high. Equal number of shots. Hopkins definitely relying on their speed. As the shot tipped high into the air, bouncing puck. Goes wide of the net. Campbell over to Maka. Maka up to Gutowski. Gutowski takes it deep into the corner. Nice play, dumps it quite out, doesn't quite make it, doesn't quite connect with Greathouse. Colasar moves back over to Greathouse. The Royals bring it into the zone. It's offsides, giving the Hawks an opportunity to exit the zone. Here's Campbell with speed, manages to avoid multiple checks as he brings it down, looking for somebody across the middle, looking for some help. Campbell brings it with speed. They continue to give him the opportunity. He gets a shot off, deflected by, looks like Paul. No, Otis. Otis chips it high. It's deep. Petz is there to go ahead and knock the puck back up to Campbell. Johnson dumps it across the middle, doesn't quite connect. Here's Arnseth, chips it wide. Ottos doesn't quite connect. Looks like Gutowski goes down on the puck. The Royals step in from the slot, nice play, but Petz is there to make a good save. As Mark stepped into the slot, took a high percentage shot. Good save by Petz. With 4:42 to go in the game, Royals have a 4-2 lead. Connors steps in against Arnseth. Connors with the face-off win. Montague behind the net over to Johnson. Johnson to Bardeacon. Bardeacon clears the zone up to Connors. As the Royals dump it deep into the zone, forcing Hawks back. Johnson stops and reverses course. Scott Lichty providing some offensive pressure. Otis steps up, doesn't quite get it through the defender. Bardeacon clears the zone, doesn't quite clear the zone. Johnson behind the net, controls the puck. As he works his way through, dumps it deep, giving the Hawks an opportunity to go ahead and get a line change. Royals dump it back. There's Montague to keep it deep in the zone, making sure the Hawks get plenty of line check. Campbell now out, provides good forecheck pressure. He's done a fine job neutralizing Udasov today. As the Hawks work it around, they try to dump it in front. There's Campbell. Nice move. Doesn't quite have time to get off the one-timer. Montague dumps it deep, ties up Hoyska, keeps the puck in the zone. As the puck goes behind the net, the Royals manage to clear it, ice it all the way down. Icing called off. Greathouse to Colasar. Campbell picks up the puck deep in the defensive zone. He's trying to shed Hoyska. Good forecheck pressure. Greathouse over to Maka. Doesn't quite connect. As the Royals bring it in, Petz. Screen shot by Colasar. And Petz there for the save. That was a nice place by Forderman to get the shot off right between Colasar's legs, shielding Petz, but he's there for the save. Mosley steps in for the face-off against Campbell. Face-off win by Campbell. As the Hawks dump it deep, Greathouse. Over to Swanson. Swanson chips it out of the zone. Ramaka stands up. Hoyska, Campbell with the puck on the far boards. As Colasar picks up the puck behind the net, clears the zone, up to Swanson. Swanson takes a check from Mark. As Mark aggressively works to get it. Still working over with stick. Mark manages to get control of the puck, dumps it deep in the zone. Colasar behind the net. Stick lift there. Doesn't quite connect. Royals providing good forecheck pressure. They managed to poke the puck free. Campbell with the puck in the neutral zone. Put some good offensive pressure. Manages to get away. Giving him an opportunity. As he looks. Pass deep. Down to Ramaka. Reverses course. There's Mark. Go ahead and slow him down. Montague keeps the puck in the zone. Doesn't quite connect. Connors is there to pick it up. Back to Johnson. Johnson dumps it deep. With 1:11 to go. Good pressure by Chaska. They're trying to clear the zone. Montague keeps it in. Shoots it through. Casper continues to show his lack of class as he stands over a player after a check. Montague dumps the puck deep. As they look at it, Ramaka right there, and they score! That was a great play. Ramaka with the shot, the rebound. Looked like it might have been from Connors. Can't quite tell. With 43 seconds to go, the Royals have a 4-3. With 43 seconds to go, the Royals have a 4-3 lead on a goal by Connors and assist by Ramaka. Johnson back over to Greathouse. Greathouse to Johnson. Johnson over to Ramaka as they take a deep Campbell. The Hawks pull their goalie. Pets is out. Nice play as the Hawks crash the net. Gutowski in. The Royals manage to clear the zone with Hoyska showing his speed. Greathouse there to neutralize him. 10 seconds to go in the game. Great play by Hoyska to keep the puck deep in the zone. Dumps it free. Shot by the Royals. Can't manage to get it off. 2 seconds to go. And there you go. The end of the game. Very close matchup tonight with the Royals coming out on top 4-3.
That was a good game.
A very back and forth game for sure. Hawks showed some true toughness. So the conclusion of the ties game is the Royals 4, the Hawks 3.